Okay, perfect. Okay, so we are going to go over all things Instagram today. If you guys want, I would suggest, especially if Instagram is like not your jam, write this down or at least make a commitment to come back to this training for the recording so that you can take notes because we are going to come at you with quite a bit of information. Okay, so get ready. And we are all going to go over like different topics. So there's going to be like ways that you can implement this stuff into different parts of your Instagram. Okay. So I'm going to go over your following and your interacting on Instagram. So for following, some of these are more like IPAs, and that's okay. It's just things that need to be done. So every single time you open your Instagram app, I would suggest doing these things before you just start mindlessly scrolling. You're already on the app. You might as well put in a little bit of work. Go and unfollow a few dead accounts. Like go to your followers list and find 5 people that haven't posted in like 6 months or whatever, and go ahead and unfollow those people because you don't want your content showing up. You see this, you guys? This is what I get for traveling all day and then trying to hop on a Zoom. You don't want your content popping up on the feed of somebody who has not been on Instagram for 6 months. That is a waste. Like, just we need to go unfollow all of the dead accounts. So I do about 5 dead accounts a day, and then I also follow 5 accounts a day. But I go through and I make sure that the people that I'm following are actually using Instagram. So they've posted to their story, they've posted within the last 7 days, they've got more than 1 or 2 posts, that they're actually active on Instagram. I follow those people. So I unfollow 5 dead accounts and then I follow 5 new accounts. I do that every single day. My following is very slowly starting to increase. Oh, still people hopping on. Oh, a way that you can find your suggested for you friends. I know like when you're scrolling through the feed, sometimes they'll like pop up on there, but there's actually a way that you can go and find them. So if you go and you click on the little heart, the notifications, or no, the little heart, I think it's the second tab on the bottom, and you click on the top, it says follow requests. It's only going to do this if your account is private. My account is private, so I have to approve all follow requests. So I click on the heart for notifications, and then I click on follow requests. If you scroll down just a little bit, you're going to see all of the suggested for you friends. That's going to make it a lot easier for you to find people that you're either friends with on Facebook, you have mutual followers with, so people that you can already kind of connect with versus just random strangers. That's a good way to get started. So going and finding the suggested for you is always good. Be careful though with the suggested for you. It's going to usually show you a lot of your teammates, okay, or like your sideline sisters, girls that are in this business with you. Okay, so you need to just take the time, take the few extra seconds, click on their page, make sure that it's not someone that's already in Tory Bill, because you don't want your content showing up for other lash girls. It's just pointless unless they're like on your downline or your upline. It's just pointless. Um, Another way you can see when you're scrolling through is if it's like followed by, and it'll give you like 3 names. If you see like my name, Sadie's name, Kendall's name, or you know what, not even us. If you see followed by, I can see Steph's face, so I'm going to say Steph. If I'm on my suggested friends and I see a girl and I feel like, oh, I'd vibe really well with her, but I see that Steph follows her, under no circumstances am I going to follow that person. Okay, guys, we are not in the business of stealing girls from other people on our team, other people on other teams. This needs to be organic and natural. I feel that that really needs to be said. There are some really nasty girls out there that will poach your friends list, poach everything. So if you see that someone else that you know on this in this business is following them, don't follow them. Move on. Find your own people, okay? Something else that you can do is, don't follow random dudes. Like if you're just going through your suggested friends and you're just clicking the first 5 people, don't just go follow random dudes. Like they're probably not going to buy eyelashes from you. I know Kelsey had a girl or had a guy buy eyelashes for his girlfriend once, but that's rare. Okay. Make sure you're following the right audience. Also, famous like bloggers and things, it's okay to follow a couple of them because sometimes you can go to their following and find people that you have things in common with. But when you're going through and you're just trying to do your 5 followers a day, I don't suggest following. Yeah, I've been deleting all the dudes on mine too because I'm married with 2 kids and there's just really no reason for me to be following these people. Oh yeah, the famous bloggers. Don't go through and follow too many like Instagram bloggers or Instagram influencers just because again your content, they're probably not going to follow you back, and B, you're going to start seeing their posts and their stories and you're going to be interacting with them, and more than likely 9 times out of 10 they're busy doing their own thing. They're not going to be the audience that you're wanting to reach, so don't even waste your time with that. You can go if you find a blogger that you really love. Yeah, I do that too. If you find a blogger that you really love and you know that like you like their style, more than likely the other people that are following them also like their style. So you have something in common with them. You can go to their followers and follow some of the people that follow them because you have something in common with them. You like the same influencers or follower, whatever. So that's another good way to find people. I do that one pretty often. That's all that I have for following. I do that every single day. I unfollow 5 people and then I follow 5 people. If you get on and you try to follow too many people at once, Instagram will block you from certain features. So, I have my days where I'm like, I was just trying to get back up to 1,000 followers because I just unfollowed like 700 people. So I dropped under 1,000 and I was really sad about it. So I was trying to get back up over 1,000. So I went on a following spree, messed with my algorithm, but like obviously some days it's okay to like go over the top. I was just focusing on Instagram that day. So it really depends. But if you're just doing like the day to day, unfollow 5 people, follow 5 people. Keep it consistent, okay? A good way to find people that you are, well, this will be under interacting, but it's kind of the same. So with interacting on your Instagram, another thing is as soon as you open your app, before you start randomly scrolling and just enjoying all the stories and things, you need to make a decision to be very intentional, okay, on your Instagram. You need to take 10 minutes and be very intentional and actually work with your interaction, okay? You need to go to your stories, and like the first 10 people on your stories are generally like, for me, Kendall and Sadie always pop up first on my stories. Okay. It is not pivotal that I interact with them. I already do business with them. When I open up my Instagram, I scroll over like 10 or 15 stories. Then I start interacting because those people that their bubbles are further back, I'm not interacting with them enough. The reason that Sadie and Kendall's bubbles pop up first for me are not always because they were the last ones to post. It's because I interact with them the most. So Instagram throws their bubbles at me the second that I open the app because they know that I'm interested in what they're doing. So the first 10 bubbles are going to be the same thing. It's the people that you interact with the most, which means more than likely they're on your team, they're in your family, they've seen your stuff. So scroll 10 or 15 bubbles over, choose 10 to 20, depending on how much time you have or how dedicated you are, 10 to 20 stories. You need to interact genuinely. I'm not saying the next 10 bubbles that you click on, you need to interact with all 10, okay? If you click on someone's story and you do not relate to that person, keep going, okay? Don't feel forced to interact with them. Don't feel forced to react to their story. If you have enough followers on Instagram, I promise you're going to come across 10 people that you can genuinely interact with. And I'm telling you, people can sense your fakeness, your reaching out because you want to grow your business. People can sense that from a mile away, okay? I have girls that swipe up on my story all the time and try to talk to me and tell me how cute my kids are, and I've never had a conversation with them in my life, and I'm like, I see what you're doing. I know that at some point you're going to try to sell me a product. Be genuine, okay? Try to connect with people on a deeper level. And this is why it's really important to follow people that you really connect with, because if you're following a whole bunch of like for me, okay, I am almost 30 years old. I am a mom. I got 2 kids. I'm married. If I went out and followed 30 college girls, I don't know how to interact with those girls. I'm going to be swiping up on their stories saying like cute shoes. And they're going to be like, who's this old hag commenting on my stuff? Like, they're probably going to block me. Okay. Find your audience. If you are in college, go follow 30 college girls. If you are like Kendall plays softball. Go follow a whole bunch of people that play softball. I don't really have any hobbies. I just am caught up with my kids all the time. But I go follow girl moms all the time. That way we can relate to. Kendall also does keto. She will find other like keto groups and things that she can relate to. That makes it a lot easier and more organic when you're interacting. That if I tried to swipe up on some college girl's story, I'm not going to get a good response. They're not going to want to buy lashes from me. But if I'm talking to another mom who's burnt out and needing wine at the end of the day, we're going to bond over that. Okay, we're going to build a relationship. So there's that. Be very intentional with who you're following and who you're interacting with. Interact with 10 to 20 stories, non-lash girls, as soon as you open your app. And then when you're done with that, go to your feed and do the same thing. Find 10 to 20 people, and same thing, you need to scroll. I just scroll once, get past all the stuff at the top because it's all people that I already know and interact with. I'll come back to them. Find 10 to 20 people that you don't normally interact with and comment on their post. At the very least, like their post. Personally, I think that you should be liking and commenting. I know that sometimes it gets hard. You feel like you're in a rut, but do your best. Do your best. Oh, a really fun trick if you didn't know. Yes. A fun trick that you guys might not have known is if you click on, okay, so if you go to your profile and you click on following, not followers, but who you're following, and then you click on least interacted with. The last time I did a training on this, someone told me that it wasn't there for them. So if it's not there for you, let me know, we'll figure it out. But for me, it's right there when I click on following and it says least interacted with. It shows me the 50 people on my followers or on my following list. Sadie's got this. It's really blurry. It shows you the 50 people that you're following that you talk to the least. So this is also a really good way to go through and unfollow people is you can go to this list and you can scroll down to the bottom, start at the bottom, go up. You don't have to do all 50, but this is a good place to go to find these people. Sometimes you're not interacting with these people because they have dead accounts. So this is a good way to find those dead accounts. Sometimes you're not interacting with these people because you didn't even know that they existed and Facebook or Instagram has put them lower in your algorithm. So you need to get them back up. So I suggest going through and seeing if any of these people have a story, because people who have posted their stories are active on Instagram. So go and click on their page, click on their story. If they have a story, if you can organically interact with them to help get them out of that least interacted. And then if you start really interacting with somebody in there, they're going to be pulled out of there and they might get moved to your most interactive with. Somebody else is going to get bumped back into your least interactive with. So you're always going to have that list of 50 people that you least interact with. So you're always going to have at least a list of 50 people that it's easy for you to be like, I don't know who I've interacted with and who I haven't. These 50 people you have not. That is like, I love going to that list right there. It makes it really easy. That's all that I had for following and interacting. Sadie and Kendall can take over and then we'll draw the boo winner. Whichever one of you wants to go next.
I can go. Hold on, let me get my notes up here. So I am going to go over, can you hear me? Yeah, okay, good. I'm gonna go over what to post, stories, story filters, and reels. So a lot of people, I think, get caught up in like what to post on Instagram. And I'm not gonna go like too in depth because I do wanna do a separate training on what's called the 5 pillars, which is what you should be posting on your Instagram and Facebook. But basically, it's 5 things about you, okay? So I'm going to tell you my 5 pillars, and it's not necessarily like 5 descriptions of me or like 5 things about me. Mine is motherhood / family, so that would include, you know, my daughter, my relationship, my dogs, my family. Any family-oriented things that I do is grouped into that pillar. My second one is life struggles that I've been through. So, you know, being broke is a joke or having anxiety, literally any struggles that I've been through, I'm going to share that on my social media to connect with my audience. Sometimes those struggles do go into like my motherhood category, but it's fine. It doesn't have to be like cut and paste into each category. my experience in the industry, because I've been in network marketing for almost 4 years now. So I talk about like past experiences and, you know, maybe bad things that happened to me that I've learned, or things from my past companies that I didn't like that we don't do here, just things like that. Obviously, beauty is one of my pillars because we sell lashes. So that's where my lash tutorials or like my shopping hauls or anything to do with like fashion or beauty or whatever I feel like posting. I'm not too into like being a beauty blogger or any of that by any means, but that is one of my categories. So that's where I share my lashes. And then my last one is social media tips, because I'm really into social media. That's just my thing. So I, for a while, was doing like reels or stories or IGTVs or posting even in my feed, just like social media tips, like how to grow your following or stuff like that. That's to me personally. I'm not saying that you need to go and give social media tips. I've actually been thinking about switching my fifth pillar up and not doing that anymore. These aren't like things that you have to stick to for your entire life. Your pillars are going to change up. Like a few years ago, I wasn't a mom. So obviously one of my pillars was dog mom, not human mom. So your 5 things will change. But if you go to my profile and you see my posts, all of my pictures are going to have those things in them. They're very family oriented. I post pictures of my lashes, stuff like that. You don't want to just get on there and post about random things all of the time, because I'll be honest with you, if I get on Instagram and I post a picture of just my dogs now, because I don't market myself as a dog mom anymore. If I get on there and I post a picture of just my dogs, I get like less than half the interaction that I usually do if I would post a picture of my daughter and my dogs. So your audience will really get to know who you are, these 5 things about you, and that's basically what they're going to expect you to post about. So there's that, what to post. Just post your life. Like I said, I don't want to get too in depth because I want to do a whole nother training on this because it's a lot. So stories, you guys, don't overcomplicate your stories. It's literally like a vlog for your everyday life. So as I'm going throughout my day, I share what I'm doing or what my daughter's doing, or like if I find a funny meme or I see a post that I like, I'm literally just sharing all day long on my stories. I usually have a lot of slides. I don't know, maybe somebody else has a different opinion. I like to have a lot-ish slides on my story because I feel like when I post more on my stories, I get more views. Maybe for some people that doesn't work, I don't know, but I post all throughout the day. So in the morning, I'll share just a picture of my coffee and say good morning or something like that. And then, you know, maybe I'll do a lash application or I'll share my daughter doing something funny. I do get on my stories face to face every single day, whether it's talking about the business or the lashes or just something going on in my personal life. I want people to see my face. I want them to see me talking, because then it's like we're sitting, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like we're kind of sitting in the living room hanging out together. They can get to know me that way. I know when I'm tapping through stories and I see network marketers posting like all of these business posts and like pictures, I'm like, that's great, but I want to hear you talk. I want to get to know who you are. Like, I want to see what's in the background behind you in your house. I'm nosy as fuck. People are nosy, okay? They want to see what you have in your house. They want to see like what you're wearing. I don't know. Humans are weird. I post opportunity stories. If you don't know what an opportunity story is, you can go look at what I posted on my story, or there's a whole feed in the team page with examples on there. It's just slides talking about, you know, I put my struggles into it. I put the business into it. It's something that you have to practice and keep doing over and over again. But I post those. I sit down and I put my lashes on and I just talk to people about the lashes, about my day, stuff like that. Also using interactive polls and question boxes. Hope did a really good one the other day. If you're looking to get your engagement up on your stories, like more views or more interaction, she put up, it was a fall series of like this or that. So like pumpkin patch or apple orchard, or like pumpkin spice latte or apple cider, just dumb things like that. People like to click buttons and they like to tell you their opinions. So that was a really good one to do. Do not post graphics on your stories. Please, please, please don't post graphics on your stories. When people are tapping through, they want it to be like a TV show, okay? They want to see your real life. They don't want to see a graphic. It's going to like turn them away really, really quick. So instead of posting a graphic, what you could do is take a selfie or go outside and have someone take a picture of you and put it in the Unfold app. If you don't know how to use Unfold, I did a whole training in the team page. Plug it in there, put some cute fonts on it, and then upload it. But make sure that you are in the story that you're posting, not a graphic. Filters, this is pretty simple, but filters on stories, if you don't know, I can show you. Hold on. So when you go to take a picture on your story, hold on. So you slide over, there's your camera. I have all of these filters here on the bottom that you can put, and it literally is just like, God, you can't see that, okay. It's a filter on your story. I use it on every single thing that I do because it just makes it look more aesthetically pleasing. But to find them, honestly, what I do, I copy people's filters. So if I'm tapping through, interacting with people like this girl, she used a filter, okay? Up here, by her name, it says on the bottom, the filter. If you click that, it'll pop up down here, and you can either try the filter to see if you like it. You can save the filter to like actually pop up on your camera thing. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to search for filters. I just copy other people's, so. Oh, just kidding, I found it. If you go down here to more, click browse effects. I think this is it. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of filters. Well, look at that. Learn something new. So these are all just different filters. Is that on Instagram or on Facebook too? The filters are only on Instagram, I think, right? They're not on Facebook. I take all of my Instagram stories and I transfer them to Facebook. I never make stories just on Facebook. I think Instagram has way better tools to make stories look more aesthetically pleasing than Facebook does. So I connected my Instagram to my Facebook and I just pressed it. I'll show you how to do that. So like on my story right here, there's a little button on the bottom. It's the Facebook button, and you can just click that. If you need help linking, just send a message in the chat and we can help you out with that. So I know how to scroll through Instagram. That's pretty much it. I do not know my way around it. It's a learning curve for sure, but I actually prefer Instagram over Facebook. Facebook does not like me right now. I don't know why. So that's pretty much it for filters. Now I don't use the same filter on everything. I just go with my mood, which filter I like, which one looks best for the picture I'm trying to take or the video. It's also really nice because I don't have to put makeup on. I can just use the filter. My next and last thing is Instagram Reels. And I'm not going to go too in depth because we have a whole training next week or the week after. I don't know exactly what day. On Reels and TikToks because they are an up and coming like tool for your business. There's girls that have said like 80% of their enrollments are coming from TikTok and Reels because it's like taking over. Nobody wants to read posts anymore. They want to watch like 30-second video clips. So if you do not know what Reels is, it's a new feature on Instagram. Basically, Instagram wants to take TikTok's audience and bring it onto their app. They do not want people going to TikTok. They want them on Instagram. So Instagram said, hey, we're just gonna, make our own TikTok. So let me see here. I'll show you if you don't know. It's the same thing. Go to make your story, like you're going to take a picture on a story. And at the bottom here, you can slide over to Reels. And this is completely video. So you can do like, I don't know, lash tutorials sped up or like in increments. Like I did one where I showed my face, covered my eyes, and then uncovered my eyes and I had my lashes on, that you can do so many things with this. You can do like recipes, makeup tutorials. If you're into arts and crafts, doing like, I don't know, if you do holiday decor, get on there and show that. Or if you make children's clothes or bows, like literally anything. But Instagram is really, really, really pushing this feature. Okay, so you need to get on there and start utilizing it, because it's still in its beginning stages. So Instagram is pushing accounts that are using Reels because they want this feature to be used. And also, I've been using Reels to grow my network, because if you go to the Explore page, a Reel is going to pop up right there every single time. So I go through and I just look at the likes on these Reels, and I'm following people that are liking. That's just another new way to grow your network. But you can also do like opportunity stories on here. I can hear my child screaming and it's distracting me so bad. I'm so sorry. You can also do opportunities on here. So I did one about a couple weeks ago, and I literally was just like dancing. This is making me cringe right now, watching myself do this. But I just put like points up about Tori Bell and what the business was, and this was during the $9 deal. So yeah, that's all I got. Kendall, your turn.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is your profile picture on Instagram. You want your profile picture to be like a clear picture. You don't want it to be, pixelated or anything. I know there are a lot of people who use presets. Make sure it's like a good preset that's not going to, make the photo look grainy, because you want it to be a clear photo of you. I know some people like to put photos like of their kids or of their dogs or something like that. Well, when someone goes to your Instagram, they're not going to know who you are. Just when they see your name pop up and see the little picture, they're not going to know who you are. So it's good to have a picture of you, and I highly recommend having a picture of you with the lashes on, because that's really what's going to get people's attention. They're going to see the lashes and be like, oh, dang girl. I've had several people reach out to me just because of my picture on Instagram. And I use a preset on all of my photos. That's the next one into. I purchase my presets on Etsy, but you can also find presets that you don't have to purchase. If you have the Lightroom app, you can make your own sets. There's an app called Presets that you can use, and I think it has like 70 free presets that you can apply on your photos. I am based on the seasons. So since it's fall now, I have more of like an orangey type filter or preset on my photos. And then like for summertime, I had brighter and more airy presets on my photos. And so it just kind of changes with the seasons. For me, it makes it look more aesthetically pleasing. So that's why I like to do it. And then another thing, okay. So Sadie kind of touched on the 5 pillars, and I was looking at my bio and I was like, holy crap, my bio is my 5 pillars. My bio on my Instagram is Jeremy, LPN, soon to be RN, which would be nursing school, pit mama, because they have 2 pit bulls, low carb and intermittent fasting, because I do keto, and then lash leopard and Ray Dunn obsessed. So I put that all together because it all has to do with like decorating. I get like, it's like, I don't know. I feel like that's a category that can be grouped together. But those are like 5 things I'm always talking about. I'm always talking about my dogs. I'm always talking about the lashes. I'm always talking about Ray Dunn. I talk about keto. I post, my stories, different recipes that I'm trying, what I'm eating. I post a lot about nursing school whenever I'm in clinical. So literally like my bio is my 5 pillars and what I post about the most. And so you want people to like be able to go to your profile and get a glimpse of who you are just by your bio. So it's important to put things that relate to you in your bio. Honestly, I put anything about being in Tori Bell on my bio. I just put lash obsessed. So that way, like, I don't scream network marketer and, follow me back, because I have that in my bio. And then another thing is highlights. So as I was looking at this too, all of my highlights on my page are of my 5 pillars as well. So it's like my dogs, low carb. I have one that's just like lash promotions that I have. I have one that's lashes, and it's like lash tutorials that I posted, or it's just selfies of me in the lashes. I have one that's Jeremy, since, I mean, obviously I always post about him. So, I mean, all of my 5 pillars are covered in my highlights as well. And another thing with like the highlights, it's like the main things about me. And I like to make sure like clear pictures when I post them in my highlights. I like to make sure that like they look good. I don't want anything to be like spammy looking in my highlights, like any graphics that I posted for like certain deals that we've had, because we don't have like the lashes to make the post. I won't post that in my lashes. I will post like an actual picture of me wearing the lashes on my lash highlight. And you can all change, like, it's really hard to see with this, but you can change the highlight covers. On my page, I just have them all a different shade of pink because I love the color pink. That's my favorite color. And so that's another thing about me that you can tell just by looking at my Instagram, like at the very big, like the snippet at the very beginning with bio, the profile picture, and my highlight covers. I know other people like to do other things, like they change them with the seasons. I know some people like to do like actual icons, like they'll do like for their dog, they'll have like a dog emoji, and that's just something that you can do just to make your Instagram look aesthetically pleasing. And then I also, in my bio, I don't know if you guys have done this at all, but I have like a milkshake, the like a link tree, if you guys have heard of that. I have that in my bio too. You can click on that and it'll take you to where you could either sign up as like an affiliate or order the lashes. So that way if people are just like looking at my thing, they could click that link and be like, oh, what is this? And then they'll know that I also sell lashes just from doing that. And it's not like me throwing it in their face that I sell lashes. So yeah, do you guys have anything else on that? I talk fast.
You go. I was going to do the boo.
No, you're good.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. So everything Kendall just talked about, like when people go to your profile, all of that is what they see. So your page is like your storefront for people to come to. If I went to a Target that looked like it was, dark and like, not bright and not inviting, I probably wouldn't go in, right? When people come to your page, you want them to feel like they can follow you and be drawn into your page. So to make it look aesthetically pleasing, at least to me personally, I think it's a really, really big deal, because that's what people are seeing right away when they come to your profile, unless it's on private, which I think they can still see your bio and they can still see your profile picture. So you want to have that cleaned up, nice, aesthetically pleasing. I don't know why I'm using the word aesthetically pleasing so much today, but you want to make your storefront look good. So that way people follow you back. So if you find that, maybe people aren't really following you back, take a look at your bio, see if you need to switch some things up, or maybe your profile picture isn't like clear, a picture of you, just all of the things. Also, the last thing I want to say is Instagram is a freaking gold mine, you guys. It really is. Like Facebook is more private, it's more personal. People aren't as willing to like accept your friend requests on Facebook if they don't know you. Instagram is all about making relationships, making new friends, finding new people to connect with. So it's really a gold mine for finding potentials and making relationships and stuff like that. So if you have not yet, I really encourage you to take all the notes and implement this into Instagram. And I'm not saying you have to become a professional overnight. Obviously, it takes work, but definitely a skill set that I think you should work on developing, because it will benefit your business in the long run. Hope, got the boo winner?
Two things. So one, yes, I do have a boo winner, but number two, every single one of you that is on here right now, take a screenshot of this and post it in the contest comments, because getting on a Zoom is entries for you to win the contest. So if you're on here, take a picture, go enter, make sure you put your entries in. Good for you for showing up. Proud of you. Also, the Boo winner, she's not on here, unfortunately, but Boo 19 was Kelsey Bradford. So I will shoot her a text, let her know. We can let her know in the chat if you guys want to shout her out in there. But that's all that I have. Anybody else have anything to touch on? No? All right, cool. Well, I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. I cannot wait. I've got a few one-on-ones with some of you tomorrow and Wednesday. So I love you guys, and good night.